Hello everybody, I'm Godlike and this is my first boat video for the division. This is my favorite boat, the Striker set, classified, 6 piece. Yeah, so let's get started. This is my chess piece here. I'm running health and exotic damage resilience, rolled into stamina with ammo capacity. Now, firstly, the ammo capacity you can get away with having it just on your one piece or on your backpack as well. But I mean, on your backpack you can get some valuable resistances. So I would say, either or, but not both. Then health is a must-have here. Since in the rest of my boat, as you will see just now, I'm running crit on everything. So having that little bit of health, I think is quite nice to make you that little bit more tough. It's not much, but it's something. It's definitely best in slot here. Then I have exotic damage resilience. It works best when it's stacked a lot, but unfortunately I can't in this boat. So just having it a little bit here, I think it makes a bit of a difference. But I mean, if you don't feel that way, then you can put on skill haste. Skill haste is an amazing stat as well. So yeah, I think it's between the two of them for the best in slot here. And yeah. Then I'm running firearms and crit chance mods. I'm running crit chance mods everywhere, whether it's going to be firearms or stamina. I'm running those. It's pretty important. And then for the performance mods, I'm running the first aid self heal on all of them. A lot of people with strikers run the pulse crit damage or crit chance, but I feel like self heal is still the best, considering you don't have a lot of healing since your stamina is 6k as opposed to 9k. So yeah, I feel the self heal is the best. But you could do the pulse damage if you will, but then you're limited to only running the pulse. Like yeah, as I will show you in the abilities, you can run different things depending on your situation. If you feel like it. Anyway, let's carry on. Then the mask, I'm running crit chance into firearms, and then blind death resistance. I think here the best will be burn. If you can get away with burn, definitely. Crit chance, very good here. 4% is a lot, and yeah, firearms. Then my knee pads. See here, a lot of people would run health. I'm running the damage. As I said, my whole build is all about crit chance, crit damage. So 9% here, 9% on the backpack is a lot to just not have. Then, but if you are finding yourself struggling to survive, and if you're finding yourself dying a lot, and all of that, then definitely raw health. And try it out that way. You'll do a little bit less damage. You might not even notice it, but it's there, and maybe you will survive a little bit more. Up to you. Try it out. And yeah, in firearms, and then I'm running bleed, disorient, and blind death. I mean here that's unfortunately not very good. The bleed doesn't really matter because the new Predator 6Ps ignores that completely. So having bleed is actually quite useless. Then disorient is meh, blind death is meh. I would say the best is to have a shock, disrupt, and burn. I think these will be the three best. But I mean, it's very hard to get what you want here if you're not lucky. So yeah. Then on the backpack, I'm running crit damage and disrupt. Disrupt here is, in my opinion, very important. You could go burn as well, but as a striker, disrupt is your biggest enemy. So as much of it is as much time as you can shave off of disrupt. When you're disrupted, you obviously can't stack stacks. You can't do anything really. So yeah, it's really important to get it off of you as fast as you can, so you can continue dealing that damage and killing the people and so on. Then Striker's gloves. Okay, here it's also a bit controversial. I'm running into stamina, then SMG damage, 12% because of my house, and then crit chance and crit damage. Now here, what you can do as well is you can have SMG and assault rifle if you're running the two of them, or if you're running a showstopper, you can do SMG and shotgun, either or maybe if you're running a LVOA with a showstopper, then it can be assault rifle and shotgun, either or. The reason why I went for crit is because, like I said, I put crit everywhere. It's my whole build is all about that. So I had to choose whether I want SMG or assault rifle, and I felt like because I used the assault rifle only in the start of the fight, SMG will just be a bit better because majority of my close range fights will happen with the SMG. I think it's personal preference. It's all about your play style. But you can do SMG or assault rifle or both or whatever you prefer. It all depends on you. But yeah, this is what you can do here. Then on the holster, critic chance again. And yeah, you can also roll health here if you need. But I just feel like critic chance is just too strong. 4% is a lot again. Plus the mask, that's 8% critic chance. It's really, really strong. So yeah, once again we have the self heal mod here. Like I mentioned, you put it everywhere. Then let's go with look at the weapons quickly. By the way, it's a fully optimized build. If you change the pistol or whatever, you see it's 290. I just use this one because it's a low level pistol so that I can have cool headed to farm out faster and so on. It's pretty sweet. Okay, but the weapons were LVOAC. This is my engage weapon, so when the fight breaks out or I'm running up to the fight, I see someone at range, I'll engage with the LVOAC. So I have vicious and deadly, so it's all about the crit, right? So deadly crit damage 15%, vicious 10% crit chance when you have more than 2 segments of health, and then fierce at the bottom slot is it was quite hard for me to get this LVOAC because fierce is usually a talent that you can't use because of electronics restrictions. So having fierce at the bottom gives you that extra 5% crit chance. So for an assault rifle, I'll show you in the stats just now, I have very high crit chance, abnormally high because of these talents. And also my damage is very high because of this, and obviously my mods are all about crit chance, crit damage. If you can get away with some headshot damage, sure, but I mean for the most part you want damage as a primary. Crit damage you want primary everywhere, and then as a secondary crit chance. And yeah, same goes for the house. I've bought the house exactly the same way. So yeah, the OVAC I like a lot. It's very strong with that. And vicious, the moment you lose health, you lose vicious. So like I said, that's why it's really good when you're on full HP. The fight's just about to start. You do as much damage with it as you can. You start losing some health. Switch to the house, and then start doing more damage up close. Because the SMG I only use very close. It literally feels like you're missing a lot of bullets when the enemy is further away, maybe 10-15 meters and up. It just becomes problematic. But anything closer than 15 meters, the house is definitely amazing. As you can see, the damage difference is insane. My house isn't the best there is. I mean, I got Predatory, Deadly. Now, Predatory is obviously not best in slot, but it's actually saved my life many times. I do believe Predatory is a very strong talent. The only problem with it, well, it's not responsive, it's not unforgiving. If you could have that, that's amazing. I'll take that any day, but as you can see, it's what I can have. Predatory, it's good to have it on your sidearm if you can get it. Maybe if you can roll a low level sort of shotgun, you can roll Predatory on it there, and it will help you with the healing. But honestly, Predatory is not better in the house. I'm running around killing people very fast, killing a lot of people same time or whatever the case. In that way, when I finish them with a Predatory, maybe I can shoot them from further. I get the healing. It allows me to be more mobile. I can rush now. I'm healing, things like that. So it actually fits my playstyle really well. I enjoy having it. It's not best in slot, but if you get it, don't feel bad. It's actually pretty good. Now, with the OVOAC and a lot of people swear by the Bullfrog. As you can see, I have a decent Bullfrog here, but honestly, I feel like I miss a lot of shots with it. Even with the striker stability, which usually is very good, I just feel like it has this random recoil, and it can be problematic at times. I feel like I miss a lot of stacks that I should have, and so on. And I'm an okay shot, and I feel like honestly the LVOAC in the lightweight M4 are both way better than the Bullfrog. The Bullfrog does more damage for sure. It does. I mean, it's got hands down the strongest, in my opinion, one of the strongest talents in the game, uncomplicated. But I feel like you're sacrificing so much to get it. It just doesn't feel worth it to me. So I would definitely recommend LVOAC or even lightweight M4. the blueprint was available for lightweight info last week at the vendor. I'm not sure if it's still available now, but if it is, definitely grab it. The lightweight info is really, really powerful, as well as the OVOAC. So yeah, that's about the weapons. What else is here? Yeah, you can go for the showstopper. The showstopper is a very strong weapon as well. You can go showstopper house, or you can go showstopper LVOAC, whatever you prefer. But the showstopper, in my opinion, is a bit cheesy. I don't quite like using it. It feels really, really overpowered to me. But I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. If you want to use it, you know, you can use it. I've got Unforgiving Deadly here. You can do that. You can use it. It's extremely powerful, very close range, like 10 meters and closer. It shreds people. You stack something like 16 stacks per pellet, so it's ridiculous. It does a lot of damage. You can down people before they can down you. You also stagger them so they can't aim at you. It's really annoying when you're on the receiving end. It's hard to deal with. You have to keep running away from the guy and shooting him from range and so on. It's really annoying. A lot of people don't know how to deal with it. So if you're a good showstopper user, you can do a lot of damage to people. So yeah, that's that. Then let's have a look at the talents. Oh, first let's have a look at the abilities, I guess. So what I run usually, my default is Scrambler Pulse. Now that's very good. Obviously, if someone pulses you, you counter pulse them, and it gives you even more crit chance and crit damage. Very strong. But I mean, I already have a lot, so I'm not exactly always running it. It depends on the situation. If a lot of people are using shock turrets or flame turrets or shock nades, things like that in the fight, you know, you gotta evaluate the fight and you gotta adapt. So if you find yourself being shocked all the time and things like that, definitely pick up a immunizer box. Immunizer box is extremely powerful. Yes, you lose on a bit of crit chance, crit damage, but at the end of the day, your crit chance, crit damage doesn't matter much if you're dead or if you're shocked and dead, things like that. So having the immunizer box can save you a lot, you know, from these things and give you that edge that you need. The booster shot is always there. The booster shot is very strong. Gives you a bit more damage, gives you a little bit of healing in a pinch, gives you a bit of tankiness, and you need it. Like I said, you don't have the 9k striker with a lot of healing. You have the 6k, so you definitely need any tankiness that you can possibly get. If you're facing a lot of strikers and you're having issue killing them, then the Disruptor Sticky, also very powerful. It works very nicely against strikers because they cannot stack stacks if you disrupt them. So definitely equip one of those if you're fighting a lot of strikers. It will definitely give you that edge and you'll basically shred them because without stacks they can't really do much to you. Okay, so these are your options here. I mean, I don't really feel like anything else is any good. In PvE, I use a turret. Killing the NPCs, you know, having the crowd control is very nice. But for PvP, you definitely are having either Pulse, Box, or Disruptor. It's entirely up to you, and depending on the situation. I usually run the green out. That's the one I like the most. Then talents. Here there's a few options as well. I mean, okay, with a lot of people running the Predator now, so many Predators running around in PvP, and you know they're bleeding you left, right, and center. Honestly, having the adrenaline is very nice. Also, in PvP when people drop the shock turrets and things like that, what I do is if I see a shock turret being dropped and I know I'm gonna get shocked, I will preemptively use a medkit so that I get that 7 seconds of immunity. Then the shock turret will shock me, but I won't get shocked, obviously, because the immunity. Then I can easily kill the guy, and you know, sort of he will play more aggressive because you'll be like, oh, I'm gonna shock him now, and then you don't get shocked, and then he's out in the open, and you can kill him. I've gotten many kills because of this talent. It's really good. I like it a lot personally. So yeah. Then critical save. I mean, we've been using this talent since the beginning of the game. I mean, making you tanky, they keep on nerfing it, and it's still really good. I mean, like I said, you need any bit of tankiness that you can possibly get. So 20% is 20%. It's something for 10 seconds. So yeah, I mean, a fight generally doesn't go more than that unless it's a nomad or something. So Yeah, it's really good. Then here, if you're in a group, definitely take Combat Medic. Combat Medic is the best group talent in my opinion. It's extremely powerful. That and Triage is also really good. But I mean, Combat Medic is it's amazing. You heal 40% of your medkit to all of your allies, and I mean it can be very powerful. But if you're playing by yourself, Strike Back is definitely a very good talent. You know, giving you that 20% skill cooldown when you're in a pinch. You know, you're about to die, and all of a sudden Strike Back gives you a heal back, and you survive. And maybe the enemy is on that little HP as well, and your Strike Back gives you that edge to kill him and survive. And it's really good. It's really strong. Definitely recommend it. On the move, another good talent. You know, you're running around in PvP. You know, you kill one guy and then all of a sudden you proc on the move, you reduce incoming damage 15% for 10 seconds, making you even more tanky, you know, in that time that you need it. You know, maybe a few people are focusing, you duck behind cover, you have that resilience, you know, then someone peeks you can out damage him and you can survive because of it. It's a really good talent. But if you decide to not run the pulse, say you're going with a box or you're going with a sticky, definitely pick up precision. It's because you don't have that pulse, but you want a little bit of extra crit chance, crit damage. Definitely pick up precision. It will help you when you headshot a hostile. You pause them for 10 seconds. It's pretty good. Definitely pick it up if you're not running the pulse. And yeah, that's the talents I run. Yeah, that's about it. Let's quickly have a look at the character sheet. As I said about see, I have 42% crit chance on my assault rifle. That is abnormally high, right? Because of the talents I have. 129% crit damage, also very high. 80% extra damage is not high, but I mean, you know. And I don't even have the max mods. If you have the max mods, I think you can get up to 135% and even maybe higher crit chance. So I don't have the best mods on my weapons, but yeah. It's pretty good. The 35% stability from the striker, 28% to 28-meter range. It's pretty good. Decent reload time. You know, it's really good weapon there of your AC. And as you can see, very high crit. Makes me do a lot of damage to people. Then let's quickly have a look at the house here. The house, as you can see, the difference in DPS is ridiculous as well. Between the house and the so yeah, but let's have a look at the character sheet again. Here we're talking 48% crit chance. It's even higher because it means what the inherent crit on the weapon. 131% crit damage, very high as well. So yeah, definitely running as much as I can get. Also not the best mods, I mean, and as you can see, the optimal range 70 meters, even less than that. I'd say 15. Maybe a bit less even. Like, you can definitely feel when, you know, you're starting to miss. And yeah, reload speed, all of those things, very nice. And yeah, that's about it. I think that's about it with this boat. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. You know, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. And yeah, that's it from me, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.